Do you produce Rich and King here?
Yeah.
They're hilarious. I actually watched all their videos.
Yeah, serious?
Yeah.
That is cool. I'll actually tell them they have a fan
In the U.S.
in the US. Who's your favorite? And why are you saying that they're hilarious?
You said who's my
Yeah,
favorite?
who's your favorite out of Rich and King?
Out of Rich and King, I think King,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's always talking about his dilemmas. I'm like,
It's
no,
quite expressive, isn't it?
yes, and I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, he is. All right then. All right, so yeah, I'm definitely back for real. Okay, so
share my views.
basically, this fantastic young man has just told us that once it is that he has conquered the success ladder, he is going back to Senegal and he is collecting 4 wives.
I didn't say four.
How
Exactly.
many? How are you looking for?
I mean, at least 2. But then if I could balance all 3, if I could find the right balance within my household, I could do 3 to 4
All right, and you're saying that this is something that has been practiced within your family for a while.
for 100 years. Yes, my dad is one of 21, so his dad had multiple wives, and I think my dad's about to retire, go back to Senegal. So I think he has plans to add to the flock. Yeah.
All right, and you basically said this is normal practice, absolutely
Yeah.
normal practice, and the women also want this.
Yes, in Senegal, yeah, because they're used to it. So like my uncle just got married, and in the marriage certificate he checked off multiple, even though he's married to one right now.
Yeah,
He wants to leave it open for the future to add
Yeah.
more wives.
serious, interesting. So obviously, just as it is that we came off air, Emmanuel quickly asked him, "You're from Senegal, innit?" And he said, "Yeah, that's what I said." And then he said, "Polygamy over there is rampant, isn't it?" He said, "Yeah, that's the preferred mode of marriage." And then the smile that was on Emmanuel's face was crazy. He's still in the room, but he's decided that he's not going to basically jump in because he has to go. All right,
We
so
already know his views on it,
so is it because it's a Muslim country, or is it just culturally Senegalese practice?
I think it's a bit of both. Because in other Islamic countries, it's the same where they have multiple wives. Like I'm pretty sure Morocco has that. I think Algeria got rid of it in an attempt to be more Western, but I do think it's a combination of both.
Why do you think it's so stigmatized over here? It's seen as you're from a country where the women embrace it fully.
Yeah, I think over here I don't know. They see like their relationship as a possession, so you're mine and only mine.
Ooh.
And I'm a human being, not a possession.
So you are for women having multiple husbands if they could look after them?
Yeah, what he said.
What? What's it mean?
What do
he
you
said?
mean multiple
Wait.
husbands?
What do you mean what he said? What did he say?
Astaghfirullah. But why? Like, what would they gain from that? I don't get it. If you could explain it to
All
me.
right, so what do the men gain?
More children, a nice household.
Okay.
We're all a team here in one household, one last name.
Why you put me on the screen?
Yeah,
Because I thought you sat down to ask him questions.
but
Ask. We both know the question and the answers.
yeah. But then I didn't want to talk about it on camera because people out here think that's the craziest thing.
Yeah, exactly. But Brent pushed for it to be on the camera.
to be on
Are
camera,
the women
whatever.
actually promoting this over there? Because I could understand why the men are basically loving it, but the women, do you stop and
Brent, put it this way, yeah.
sorry?
Look, in the West, everyone sees it as it's a benefit for men because everyone just thinks being a husband or being a man with multiple women, you just have loads of sex.
Yep.
That's all people see. Africa, that's not the case. Especially again, like Yusuf has said, we've been practicing this for hundreds of years, even in Islam as well. The reason why it's kind of pushed, sorry, not even pushed, but allowed, is because it does benefit women. There's a burden that one woman doesn't have to have alone. You speak to a Muslim woman who is living a polygynous life, they tell you in the Quran, in Hadith, they talk about the benefits of it to a woman or to the women. You know what I'm saying? You lessen, and again, it's the reason why I mentioned it 2 years ago on the show, because you have to look at the circumstances of a society. It's not a case of, oh, just men just want to be men. Sometimes that's the case, of course. Yep. But when you're looking at something that's tied to religion, that's tied to God, that's tied to those beliefs, that's outside of yourself, to the existence of a culture, it's not just about greed. People's minds are too simplistic. You have to look at evolution. Certain things are needs, and they've been kept. If you feel as though today in 2024, that's no longer relevant, then fantastic. But to look back and act as though people are primitive, or they have antiquated minds because they want to live a lifestyle that their ancestors lived for thousands of years, hundreds of years, that they used as the bedrock and the foundation of civilizations, great civilizations. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing it?
There's Senegalese people everywhere. I don't know how you think this population gets caught up, you know?
All right, so the benefits for women are as follows. One, it will lessen the burden of their responsibilities within a relationship. Yep. Mm-hmm. What burdens are those? From a Senegalese experience.
Burdens, I'm not sure, but you don't have to deal with it just one person. So
deal with what?
You have a support, like with the other women. You all live in the same house for the most part.
But Dylan, talk to me. Is it like cleaning the house?
Cleaning, I mean, I grew up with a maid, so then...
All right, then.
You get a maid to do that. So the wife doesn't have to do that. Like, the wife's there to take care of the children, take them to school.
All right, so let's stay there. Because if he has enough money for multiple wives, he probably has enough money for a maid, right? Yeah. So the cleaning aspect of it wouldn't be on her.
Not really, yeah.
So what will fall on her is looking after the children?
Yes.
So it's a case of the burden being what the man has created.
Huh?
No, what we created.
Yeah, wait. Let me just explain what I mean. I probably said it in a very, very crude manner. Before a child is there burden. Before children are introduced into the family, is there burden?
Yeah, I mean, we're still in a relationship, right?
What's the burden? It's important that you just fixate on the questions I'm asking, yeah?
Okay.
Before children are introduced.
Yes.
They'll be made so there's no cleaning.
Okay.
What are the burdens that the woman would have, the wife would have?
I mean, just getting on the same wavelength as me, their partner. So then now we're planning our life together. So we're looking for the future. So the burden is maybe we have to compromise on certain stuff regarding the future and stuff like that. But there's no like immediate like you have to do this, and this. I don't truly believe.
Explain to me, based on what you've said in response to my question, adding another woman to the mix, how does it alleviate what you explained to me when I said what the burdens are?
Because now it's a team. It's a team. It's a village. Now we have a village. We have a community that's in the household. We're all part of the same group.
In the first instance, I think you said looking to like coexist with the man, right? Mm-hmm. In a peaceful manner, right? I'm adding more color to it. I'm trying to understand what you've said in response to my question. Mm-hmm. So when the next woman comes along now, he will be happier because he will have two women to rub his back.
If you look at it that way, but it's more like just two different options to.
Here we go again. Okay. To what?
You know, what's that thing when you live with each other? Coexist with in the household. So I think because some people like what's the one where you stay faithful to one?
Wow.
Or monogamous.
Monogamy is just not them. I kind of that belief like. I'm yours, you're mine. I can't do anything.
All right. So the two women would be able to satisfy his desire to be pleased.
That's not if that's the motivation, then that's
I'm asking you because
was my motivation.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess if it's easier for you to answer the question, to put yourself in the mix.
Right.
The burden. What's the burden for you?
Burden for me would be like I have one wife, forever, but then I'm like, I want something new.
There we go. That, and I want you to come here, right? Because this is what I believe. I believe this is where it all stems from. So
Okay.
I'm glad that you've said it with your entire chest.
Okay.
So you feel as though one woman is not enough variety for you.
Yeah.
Is it sexually or otherwise? Is
Otherwise,
communication?
the communication, personality. Like I
Alright.
feel like once I figured you out, it's
Yeah.
like it's.
For you, it's I've clocked you and I'm bored.
I wouldn't say it like that, but kinda, yeah.
Do you use your own words?
Yeah. I've clocked. I'm used to this. But it's getting kind of mundane. So
Okay.
adding somebody would bring back the spark. Like,
Okay.
oh, you guys are so different from one another and stuff like that. You know.
Lovely. And then when you've clocked the second one, that's when you introduce a third one, right?
If you want to be greedy, I don't know.
Oh, so for you, 2 is enough.
2 is enough. Yeah.
That's cool, man. How about this is cool. Outside of just being bored with this person who cannot move past a particular personality, what else is of benefit having two for you?
It just, I think, like, let's say you have children. I think having the village would like bring them up in a good environment. Let's say one of them can't pick them up. We have another one to go pick them up from school.
Okay.
Now we have a system where all 3 of us, we work together, and it's like a team.
Would you be picking them up from school?
Yeah, as well.
All right, so it's just shared duty of collecting them from school.
Collecting, teaching them. Like I think we should be learning more at home than we are at school.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
stuff like that. I think I'd want really intelligent women as well.
Okay, so the women that you're going to marry, the 2 women that you're calling village, by the way, right?
Yes, it's a. But you know, people say that like it takes a village. to raise a
I'm
kid.
assuming they meant the community when
Yes.
they say village, like neighbors and whatnot,
Yeah,
friends and
yeah,
families.
yeah.
But you just mean the 2 women, 2 wives.
Yeah, no, it's our little village, but then we have the community as well.
All right, cool. So you collect them from school. You want to marry intelligent women so that they can basically teach your children adequately. Outside of that, what else?
I need like great character traits. You know, I'm looking for certain
Not
things.
for a woman, as
Okay.
in the benefit of 2.
The benefit
you.
is 2. 2 is better than 1.
Okay.
It's larger. It's better. Like
Okay.
now we just have variety in the situation.
And that, for me, I feel that's what I'm getting from you. It's just variety.
Yeah.
You know yourself. You will get bored at some point in time, and you would want more. Now, question: do you think that on the flip side, she might get bored
of the situation, perhaps.
of
perhaps.
you?
Of me, perhaps. Yeah, I'm
And
a lot to deal with.
What?
I said I'm a lot to deal with.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then, what are the options for her to expand her variety pool?
In terms of other men, is what you're talking about?
Yeah, you have an out. You have a way to find a solution
Yeah.
to your boredom.
Yeah.
How about her?
Well, I don't know. Read a book, watch a movie. I don't know.
Hey, Maya, please help. How can she basically find
What is she
entertainment?
looking for?
Wait.
What's entertainment?
In the beginning, did you ask yourself what are you looking for when you said, when I get bored, I need another one.
Yeah.
I need to be entertained. I need to be stimulated.
Yes.
Did you ask yourself, why can't you just go and read a book?
Yeah, but I do read books. But I'm saying like I like to be stimulated by conversation like another woman. So then we could get to that level the same as my wife.
Yeah.
My original wife. So
Do you care about her stimulation?
I do.
So if she
If
gets
she
bored,
was unhappy,
you would tell her to go and read a book. But suppose she came into it reading books because you said you wanted a smart wife.
yeah.
Both of them are smart. So,
Yeah,
so
but
they
if
could be
she's-
reading books anyway.
So you're saying she's bored with our situation and she wants to explore somewhere else.
The same way how you get bored with her because you've clocked her and you have another,
Yeah.
how come when she gets bored with you, she has no recourse?
No, she could tell me to change this about me, and I'll entertain her. You know, I'll try to make my wife as happy as possible.
So, is that what it is that you lead her to? What would you like?
For me to do.
Would
Yes.
that mean like pretending to be somebody else?
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll role play.
Oh, so okay, why isn't role play enough for when it is that you need variety?
I mean, it probably could be. I'm not saying that's my first, like, I'm going to get married at 30 and then second wife 31. I'm saying probably 30, have my kids, and then 40, let's add another one. You know, and I'll run it by my wife. I'm not just going to show up with a lady, you know? Especially if it's a Senegalese, like, she'll understand. So I hope those conversations don't need to be, like, they don't need to be walked on eggshells because we're
you
open
even
and communicative.
You want to marry someone from your culture?
Yeah.
Both of them?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So that you're not looking to basically...
I don't want to convince anyone to do anything they might not want to do.
Okay. In that sense, that makes perfect sense. I mean, it's less entertaining questions from this stupid boy, Brent, because that's their tradition.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Any questions before we wrap up, Emmanuel?
Any questions? No, man. I don't. The
Please
questions
don't kill me in
else
the comments. You know.
No, I'm not gonna kill you. Like, that's your lived experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There should be nothing wrong with you living as an African man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the issue is us as Africans are in the West and we live like Westerners. You know what I'm saying? And we've forgotten about the pros of being a pure African.
Yep.
I'm not saying that everything that we do back home is good, right? Or is still relevant in 2024. But there's something that work back home.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you're just demonstrating some of these things. Like, we speak about this all the time in communities, in this country, about the fact that many of us come from households where there's no dad present. You know what I'm saying? Back home, because that stigma of being a single woman necessarily isn't, or divorced woman, I should say, isn't as bad as it is here. A man can marry a divorced woman back home and take her on as a second wife, for example, or even his first wife, and build a family. There'll be two people there, as in two women, to help look after all these kids. There'll be, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the things about in this society where we talk about, you know, being a stay-at-home mom is a full-time job. Yeah, women say it all the time. And we agree. But then you have somebody to help, you know what I'm saying? Someone to help with the cooking, cleaning, people to help the man to help both. Like, there's just so much that comes from, I guess, a village that's kind of happening on a micro level.
In the household.
In the household, you know what I'm saying? And I think people need to see that part of it, rather than just seeing the aspect of a man trying to be greedy.
Yeah.
Does that occur? Yes. But especially from a religious aspect and from a cultural aspect, I don't think it's just a case of the simple, it's just a man being greedy.
Yeah, no.
No, it's because some of these things actually helped and furthered cultures. You know what I'm saying?
It was
and it's
done
not
for
force.
a purpose.
Exactly. And it's not by force as well. You don't have to.
It's not I asked you and
No.
you can say yes or no. No, I would not like to join you and
Exactly.
your in your household. That's like, all right, fine.
And then you just go to somebody who would be cool with it.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I don't know if it is that's not fair, because
I'm not tricking
people are allowed
anybody.
to basically choose what life they want to live. Right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, cool. All right, thank you again for sharing some insights into your life.
Thank you.
And I hope you get everything you desire.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
You will.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. man.
Inshallah. All right, bye,
Yes.
people.